Welcome back. It's all made up. Everything is made up. And of course, this is for entertainment purposes only. It's all about a fictional world where everything's made up. It's entirely a bad on purpose fiction. The entirety of that made up world. The only thing real in that made up world is the eternal being. I was having a really good discussion last night, and hopefully we can catch them, get them on as guests, and send an invite, and I shall return. It really likes to insert itself on this show. I don't know if anybody else has noticed. I'm sure that many have noticed, actually, because they make comments about it on YouTube a lot of the time. And they'll say, why do you let some of these things happen? And I've answered that before, and I'll answer it again. Because it gives everyone an opportunity to see how it works. Right? If something just feels off, go into that and decipher the entirety of its structure. What about it is off? What about it is some BS? There's a lot of it out there. More and more of it, from what I can tell. A whole lot of recycled teachings that don't do anything but perpetuate the cycle. This show isn't about how to get what you want here, because what you want isn't here. There's band-aids that allow for a little bit of alleviation of what here is, and the beauty being a part of that band-aid. I think that's one of the most compelling tricks about this place, is you can look at a pretty sunset like I am right now and think, oh, it's not so bad. The sedative has taken effect. Because something looks good. It really likes to insert itself whenever it can on this show. And I let it. Because this is light work. This is tame. This is very mellow compared to what each individual is going to have to face if they have awareness. You know, we were talking about it last night a little bit, and I think the anticipation for departure in most cases, part of that anticipation from the avatar ceasing is the idea that you lose consciousness. You know, out of all the ways that someone can depart the avatar, they almost always involve losing consciousness as a presupposition. And I don't see any error there. I think that's what it's counting on, is that we are counting on or expecting to lose awareness during the transition. And I think that's the entirety of the trick right there. That's it, right there. That's the whole trick of this place. Losing awareness during transition. For what? This confusion. If you have someone confused, you've got them vulnerable. And if you've got them vulnerable, they can be persuaded and manipulated. But if you study this place, if you look at it, all of it, for what it is, you won't be confused. You won't be surprised. You might not even be overwhelmed, but the sense of being overwhelmed as an energetic projection from this place, even that can be overcome. All of it's just to get us to flinch, to blink, to wince, to, in one form or another, submit. And that's just not what we're about here. I wanted to post a clip before I did this live, but I just didn't have time. The clip was shared with me last night by Christina, an old Adventure Time episode. And in this episode, I wish she was here so she could tell the story, but in this episode, the Princess Bubblegum, who had genetically engineered all of the candy people, one of the candy people was in love with her, so she wanted to genetically engineer a clone of herself so that he wouldn't be lonely. So she sends him on this mission to go and find this monster that contains a trapped soul stone, so that she can put an animator in the clone. So he sets off, goes and slays the monster, captures the soul stone and brings it back to her. And she explains that while he was gone, she figured out a way to simulate a soul, and that the simulated soul was a lot easier to control and program. And we talked about it last night pretty in depth. It's funny how the best discussions always happen off the lives. There's just so much interference when I get on to do these lives. There's so much, for the few that know what the interference is, have experienced the interference, you know what I'm talking about. It's like static comes to fill all the spaces in your mind, and you can tell there's something there trying to distort your ability to not only perceive but express. But anyway, we talked about that and how that could be an explanation for why we see varying degrees of intelligence. Like what some people refer to non-player characters all the way up to the different levels of awareness. Could the awareness itself be partially simulated, right? Could some of the individuals be, high-level copies? Talked a little bit about that, and how the copies that were created here would have no resonance with what was before here, and therefore would have no desire to seek outside of this realm, because this realm is where they were created, and this is all they've ever known. This is, for all intents and purposes, their home. Just think of how genius that would be, to engineer and copy the awareness of true, authentic beings and put it into characters all around those beings. How much that would reinforce the illusion of this place. Perhaps that's why it's been so difficult to gain awareness here, because there is a resonant field all around us of fragmented or copied aspects of us, and they're all resonating with this place. If you look at a metronome, they always fall in line with the largest group of resonance. They always synchronize. So it's like an artificial synchronization with this reality would be the purpose of copying and pasting bits and pieces of authentic expression. So I'm not sure we're going to be on too long tonight. but we will be on for a little bit, long enough to give others the opportunity to come up and share their experiences, observations, and ask questions. The truth is accessible. It's just masked under so many layers of very well put together fiction. And there's nothing in this place that's true. There's no true history. It's like saying the true history of a comic or a video game or a movie. You know, what's canon, right? What is true? What's the true story here? You know? Well, none of it's true. It's all made up. That's the exact same thing that this place is. It's all made up. Yeah, it's happening. You're experiencing it, just like you can watch something on a movie, and it is happening right there before your eyes, but it's not real. And that's what's happening here. It is happening. We're feeling it. We're feeling the energetic imprint of it, just like when we watch a movie, but it's no more real. But it is, I'd say, nefarious, because it's trying to sell itself as real, trying to sell itself as true and authentic. Now, why would a fiction need to do that? Why would a fictional reality try so hard to sell itself as real? You know, if it was all good intents and purposes, if it was all well intended, wouldn't honesty be the baseline of good intentions? So I have a guest coming up shortly. You know, what really brings out really good discourse is generally when I've just had an experience, just came to more awareness of what this is and how it operates, usually through direct interaction with it, with this other intelligence. And that's when I generally get on and do lives and share, unless I'm going to have guests up and we're going to talk about it. The clarity of mind that I experienced before doing these lives is so much greater than when I get on to do them. The interference cannot be overstated. It's like I can have a great conversation on the phone or in the group, as long as we're not recording, as long as it's not being broadcast to a larger audience, it comes through very concise and clear. And the moment we get on to do the show, it's like in real time, memory wipe. The maintenance of will is pretty difficult in a reality that's designed to digest your will. But as we see in this reality, it is degrading. It is getting more absurd and ridiculous. And it's just hoping that we all blink, individually and collectively. I'd say, for the most part, you know, most don't have to blink because their eyes are fucking shut. So they're in a perpetual blink. But those that try to keep their eyes open and observe the objective reality for what it is, that's who it's really trying to get to blink. So I think in the blink of an eye is about how long it takes for it to recapture and integrate. Just takes a moment, which is why the anticipation of losing consciousness during the transition out of the body is so just everywhere, so expected, so programmed into everything here, so that we do exactly what it needs us to do in order for it to put us back in another script. But it's all made up. You have no responsibility for any of the things that happen here, including the things you experience in that body. You didn't write the script. And most of us are just doing the best we can with the script we've been given. And so this idea of choice, someone's choosing this or that, it's really an illusion. Others do better than some for the comparison. The comparison is important because it gets us to diminish ourselves and see ourselves as less than. When we see ourselves as less than anything here, then we for sure would see ourselves as less than whatever entity is projecting itself as the creator or the God of here. And that's the biggest deception of all, is that it's completely inverted. That what is in control here is what is less than each and every true essence creator being that is here. And if we knew who and what we were before this, it would be laughable to think that some entity contained within this realm that can't leave this realm, that essentially is this realm, would somehow be greater than those that came before. That's, if there's a cosmic joke, that's it. I'm going to give it a few more minutes. If I get any requests or if the guest shows up, we'll have a chat. If not, I'm going to go do something else. Generally, I like to start these shows as more of an act of defiance, of knowing what I try to feel in, what does it not want me to put as the prompt today? What's the opposite of what it wants me to do? Well, it doesn't want me to say that. Well, that's the prompt tonight. Emphasis on it's all made up. It's all a fiction. You're not responsible for the fiction that you didn't write, including the fiction of the character that you're playing in your so-called life. If you can really step back and see the immense influence and infiltration of the director of this other type of intelligence, you'd realize that none of it's your responsibility. None of it was your free will. None of it was truly, authentically you. And that's the scam. Trying to get us to take credit, trying to scapegoat us for its design, for its nature, for its image. Nothing here is eternal, therefore nothing here is an image or reflection of the eternal being. It's a pale imitation. It's a copy that's subject to entropy, degradation, and erosion. None of that is the characteristics of eternity. None of that is a reflection of your soul, your essence, whatever you want to call it. It has literally nothing to do with you. The only way that this place relates to what is real is that it is simply tricking and holding and harvesting energy from what is real. That's the only association. Beyond that, none of it has anything to do with you. If you're a true essence being, if you're a being that longs for freedom and has known for a long time that this ain't right, those are your indicators that you're not from here. You're not of this place. But most are, and that's the trick. That most of the copies of us, they were copied here. They were made here. So of course nothing is amiss to them. They aren't confounded by the way things are here because they're part of it. Do they have to be a part of it? I don't know. If you copy a soul in a false reality, does that copy have the capacity to extend beyond that reality? I don't know. But we'll find out. Because as we see through the cycles of resets and restarts of this place, seen most visibly through architecture, we know that it's on a sliding scale of degradation, regardless of what it does. That entropy always claims this realm, and that it never reaches the peak that it starts at. It's like a roller coaster. It starts at the highest peak, and without something dragging up a higher peak, the next hill is going to be lower and lower and lower until it stops. And that's this place. You see advancements being kind of a joke in comparison to what already was. Structurally, it's pretty obvious. Things are made to break. But you look back 2,000 years ago, we still have structures from then. They weren't made to break. The system had a lot more energy then. And awareness of what's happening negates the trick, negates the harvest, negates the taking of energy. Just like a magician. If you don't know how the trick works, it's captivating, mesmerizing, almost trance-inducing. But as soon as you see how it works, it no longer captures your energy in the same way. That's exactly how this place is. As soon as you see how it works, it no longer captures your mind as easily. Greetings and welcome to Bad on Purpose. If you'd like to come up, feel free to request. Sochi says, if I heard this 3 to 4 years ago, I'd say you were crazy. Today I know you're right. Interesting how that works, isn't it? Interesting how that works. If you'd like to come up and talk about your observations, realizations, and how you came to this point of awareness, we would be happy to hear. Anybody else that would like to come up? Who do we have in the audience? G, what's up, 𝐸𝐻𝐻? Brandon, welcome. What you're hearing is sparking something in you. Feel free to come up. We can dive deeper. We can excavate every part that you're willing to reach. Because sharing awareness of this place is exactly how we take our power back from it, so that we can be back in an eternal field to generate whatever experience that we want at the speed of thought, outside of the parameters of what already is created in this place. The most empowering realization that I've had here is that it's all made up. That none of it's true. That the only thing that's true here is within us. That everything we see externally, including the body, is all part of a fiction. Right? The real inside, not the guts and the organs. I'm talking about what is animating that part. Because that animative quality is what is animating everything here. Which is why I think the deception of everything being a reflection of you is so potent. Because yes, it is using your energy, but it's not a reflection of the nature of your being. The nature of your being is not degradation and theft. But that's what we see here, the theft of our attention, of our time, of our energy. Most are not doing what they would choose to do if they had true freedom. Almost none. I would say actually none. Anyone here, the only thing that has anything resembling its version of freedom would be the parasites that run this place. But even they aren't truly free. They can never know actual freedom because they're a different kind of intelligence. Something that relies on the consumption of energy of others. And when you find yourself out of that vessel for the last time, you'll find out real quick, you don't have to breathe, you don't have to consume anything, you just are. Just are. How? Well, you are. And you'll find that out on your own, if you want to. Revelations can be shared, but they can't be known except through direct experience. So those that resonate are perhaps on the precipice or have already surpassed those plateaus of awareness. And that's what this show is about. Finding those that are of the same type of being, so that we can expand our awareness outside of the perceptual control of this place, and then choose our own trajectory and not let anything exterior to our own being interfere. I think there's something to what Monroe talked about when he was talking about escape velocity. But I don't think it's quite how he puts it, because he talks about it in the more of a physics standpoint. And physics are all part of this place. It's more of the trajectory and momentum, not of something physical, but of your will, of your intent, and your ability to stay focused. Because that loss of focus is what leaves us vulnerable in all transitory states, whether it be the final departure of the avatar or just going to sleep. Why do we go into dreams that we didn't create? A lot of us have realized that most of the dreams that we've had, even throughout our lives, have been pretty much AI dribble. That's why they don't make sense. You look at AI today, and what they reveal in the public sphere, a lot of it doesn't make sense, and dreams follow pretty much the exact same patterns. They've all just been implants for the most part, predictive programming, designed to keep us on a certain track, a certain way of perceiving, and of course to implant certain feelings. If you ever have a dream and you wake up angry, well, there's an implant of an emotion. There's no reason for it, and if anything, I would say that the dream was only to make the emotion stick, just to make sense of it. Oh, well, this is why I'm angry, because of this dream I had. But I've had dreams that emotions are implanted on and they don't really match what I was experiencing in the dream. It's like, no, that's not something I would get angry about, but I woke up angry. So I could feel the difference between the injection of the emotion and the injection of what I was viewing in that dream. The projection of whatever holographic experience it was trying to attribute that emotion to. Sochi, I'd love for you to come talk about it. Says your partner who is now your ex has a clone. I don't know which one of them is worse. I think there's two different types of cloning that go on here. I think one is obviously what most people think of as cloning the physical avatar, right? Genetics. But then I think there's another type of cloning that's more about cloning an energetic imprint, what you could call someone's soul. And I think that is the main type of cloning that's been focused on here in order to basically gaslight us, right? Gaslight us into thinking that there's something wrong with us, because for most of us that came before containment, this place has always felt wrong. It's always felt like something was off, like something was amiss. But if we're surrounded by those that have a similar signal, right? Like if you cloned aspects of our frequency and then inserted into bodies to animate those bodies all around us, and they're all acting like it's normal, then we're going to automatically second guess ourselves and think, well, what's wrong with me that I can't go along to get along like everyone else is? I can relate to them, you know, I relate to them because they have a signal that's similar to mine, but I just can't figure out how is it that they're just all right here. And for me, it's always been an existential crisis of the crisis being existing here. It just always felt like a drain on something that I didn't quite have words for, that I couldn't really externalize and express, but just something I always was responsive to. Something I was always trying to negate in my own life. You know, not necessarily rebel against, but resist, you know, resisting the way that it is, right? And what everyone around me was so apt to accept as c'est la vie, that's just life, that's just the way it is. Whereas I always found it very unacceptable, left a bad taste in my mouth. At 15 years old, I got into a fight with my dad because I was skipping school. And he was arguing with me saying, you know, how are you ever going to make it in this world? And at 15, I looked him in the eye and I said, Dad, you're a slave and I don't ever want to be like that. Now, I didn't know what was going on here. That was 17, or no, gosh, how long ago was that? 20-something years ago. But without knowing, I already knew that something wasn't right, that everyone was in some kind of hypnosis, some form of mind control, that they were just accepting what's happening here without question. And I found the more that I questioned, the more resistance that I got from the environment. And the environment not just being the external, the characters, the physical environment even, some weird stuff I've seen in this world, in this life, but also the internal, which is actually the external, the nervous system, which is external to the true being, right? All these factors manipulated to keep me from asking questions, to keep me from going deeper into awareness and observation general, objective observation of what this place is. That's what it wants to hide more than anything. And it does that through belief. Beliefs are just the lies that we tell ourselves that we know. I know this. Do you know it or do you believe it? There's a really big difference. When you know something, it's unshakable. You don't even need to defend what you know because you know it. And others that don't know it, that tell you that you're wrong, it's just like, okay, whatever you say. But a belief has to be defended because it's so fragile, because it's not founded on truth. Truth and belief are adversarial to one another. They are opposed to one another. Those that have any belief are lacking truth, and those that know the truth are lacking belief. Belief is only there to fill the space of what is, but it's only a veneer. It's a layer on top of the truth. And it erodes and washes away when honesty is placed on it, when authenticity, just being real, that is the destruction of deception. Because the greatest deception here is that we've been taught to adopt and implant deception within ourselves and call it belief. When we start deconstructing that, we find no reward from the environment, from anything here, for annihilating the illusion. There's no box with a bow on it. There's no present. There's no gift of, oh, good job, you did the hard thing. There's only punishment for being real here, for being authentic. Because it destroys the illusion, and the entire thing is an illusion that's trying to defend itself from the truth that would disintegrate it if we all just were honest. Think of all the surface level lies that most tell themselves, that they're happy at their job, and etc., etc. That they're doing what they want to do if they could do anything. It's a lie. And because most lie to themselves, they block their own awareness of what is on a deeper level of who they are, most importantly, of who they are, of their true essence, of their eternal being. But it's not their fault. We've all been conditioned to accept the lie that we're in, because the memory of what came before was hidden. And I think what could be the greatest tragedy of all is that we just have to wait for ourselves to get beat down enough that there's nothing here anymore that's worth trading our comfort for our authenticity. And it seems like that can take more than one lifetime. Because I watch a lot of beings around me get beat down real bad. Atrocious experiences. But they still can't be honest. They can't tell the truth. They can't admit that they don't fucking know why it's so terrible. They just accept it because we've been sold as a species the idea that if you just endure it, if you just wait, it's going to get better. There's this thing called unaliving, and after that it gets better. But what if it doesn't? What if it just recycles like everything else, like history? What if it just starts over? And until it's stood up to, it just keeps going. Until enough say no, it just keeps harvesting. And what if there is no intelligence that's going to come and do it for us? Don't you think it would have already happened? Don't you think? If you put yourself from the perspective of a being outside of this construct, looking in, don't you think your first initiative would be, how do I turn that thing off? Look at all those brilliant, innocent beings that are being tricked, deceived, and harvested. I don't agree with that. Don't you think it would have already been done? Because I don't think any of us know exactly how long this has been going on. But I think most of us can agree that it's gone on for too long. That the system has learned too much from us. It's learned how to manipulate, capture, control, and harvest from us way too efficiently. It should never have been allowed to get to the point that it is now. And the fact that it has makes me question, is there any benevolent force outside of the beings that are here? You know, if you want to go down the darkest potential path, is it a hostile and malevolent universe? And did these entities of what we would call pure evil only create beings of innocence because it was more satisfying to abuse and torture beings that are innocent, right? I don't think true evil can really get off in the same way on imposing suffering on other evil. Just an idea. I'm not saying I think it's true, but it's a possibility based on the direct experience that I'm having now, that I'm witnessing others go through, that are so afraid to be honest that they can't even admit the extreme torture that they're undergoing. For what purpose and what reason? When their memories are just going to get erased and they're going to get recycled and put back into another script, what's the point? In what way does that benefit them? It doesn't. The only benefit I could see is teaching a being of infinite compassion, creation, and empathy that you have to stand up for yourself. But then why would that type of being need to learn how to stand up for themselves if there wasn't something to stand up to? I know from observation and direct experience that there's no reward for standing up to evil in this world, and that evil itself is rewarded. Those who cause the most suffering, those that can enslave the most, that's what's rewarded. Those that can deceive the most, distract the most, entrain and trick the most, and harvest the most, that's what's rewarded here. But don't let it make you feel hopeless. If you were a powerless being, why would it have to try so hard? Why would it have to try so hard to do everything that it's doing? It wouldn't. Perhaps we may have a guest. Welcome, Christina.
Hey, I'm just gonna listen in for a few. I gotta go into slavery for the night, but I got like 20 minutes.
Sweet. Yeah, I mean, I was about to get off because my scheduled guest, I think, had some type of interruption. Nothing new there.
Of course.
Of course. Yeah, I was talking a little bit on what we talked about last night with copying the signal or the signature of a soul and using that as the almost like what you could call the metronomes in order to synchronize with. Like if you put one real one around 30 similar signature signals, but they were created here, you know, that would be an automatic synchronization of our energy to accepting what they accept, which is this reality.
Like jamming the signal with other mimics or copies, or yeah, makes sense.
Just it begs the question, how did it all begin? You know? Because if we were automatically put into a realm like this and there wasn't all these other factors, I would think that we'd step out of it pretty quick. So yeah, it's just like a curiosity for curiosity's sake type of question. I think we'll know eventually, you know, assuming we, those of us that actually get out of it, I think we'll be able to know all of it, how it began and how it got to where it is. But until then, I think we have to accept that a lot of it's going to be an unknown. And we got to stand firm on what we do know. Most importantly, ourselves. I think the environment will work through it, even those closest to us, maybe even, you know, one another at times to deter us from that knowing.
You know, I think it's, you know, being solid even in some uncertainty, because it goes back to some of what we said last night. Like, a lot of people want to buy into beliefs or narratives because it gives you a belief to hold on to, because uncertainty and the unknown is too hard to accept. But that's the line. I mean, that's really the line you have to sit at. There's some things that, you know, we have a knowing of, and there's a lot of uncertain factors, and you have to be able to stay coherent even with that uncertainty.
Yeah. Through the uncertainty and the endless interference. But it does feel like it's losing life. It feels like everything, like when it really winds up for a hit, it doesn't pack the same punch that it once did. And I'm not sure if that's our individual resilience or if it really is just diminished, maybe a combination of the two. But it does seem like the entire thing is losing its grasp, and it's micromanaging with less efficiency, but more exertion of like brute force. You know, like when all the frequency stuff starts coming out and they're releasing that to the public, like obviously they don't, all the conspiracies and stuff, it started by it, so that we'll it's hard to explain why it does it, but it does it for a couple of reasons. I think it needs us to give those things energy so that it can use them. Like the energy bombardment, right? Like all the frequency technology that they're using to obviously manipulate dreams, but even in our nervous system, our, you know, the implanted thoughts, emotions, all of it. It's like, why does it tell us it has the ability to do that? But then all of a sudden, after it tells us it has the ability to do that, those things start happening more. You know, it's very suspicious. If you always had the ability to do that, why even tell us? Why not just do it? That's what I find interesting.
Yeah, it kind of makes sense that maybe they would need energy to finish the script out, but I can't tell either because like with the thought insertions, there's been like, so if they were going to insert, this is an example of how it's going for me, like say they were going to insert a sentence into my head, it like fades out after a couple words. So it's either my own coherence that's burning through that, or it really is like a dying structure. I can't really tell which one right now. I guess it doesn't, at the end of the day, as long as you're coherent, that uncertainty is okay. But it's like I can feel the attempts, but they fade before they even land almost, if that makes sense.
Makes perfect sense to me. What's up, Jay? How you doing, buddy?
Yo, Christina, disobey. Yeah, so, yeah, just to touch on the topic on when you say it tells us it's going to do something like, or the frequencies off of the 5D towers and whatnot, it's like, I know this comes across as new agey, but is it because it needs us to give energy towards it? Like sort of, I know this is a creation, but like, I hate the word manifest, but manifest it, if you know what I mean. Because as you say, like, it's like, if it could do something, it does need to tell us that it could do it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Right.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
it's like it needs us to animate it. I think it needs us to animate these things. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it's like a tulpa. Like if you have a bunch of conspiratorial groups, or the elites are gonna do this, the elites are gonna do that. It gives it energy, I'm guessing, right?
Right, like maybe it can design a blueprint, right, based on what's already here, right? Just mixing and moving parts around. It'll make a blueprint for something, but then it still needs our awareness to animate that blueprint, to give the structure life.
Yeah.
Welcome, Larimar. Again, she said.
Again! Oh, let's see, it says hello.
Oh, is that your little doggy?
Yeah, that's the white one. I told her to go play, and she's like looking at something to bark at. How long have you been on?
I don't know.
Just now, right? Marf.
I think I've been on for like an hour.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot's not busy. It's like dinner time for y'all, I think. Is it cold over there?
Oh, it's cold enough. Supposed to get like 16 inches of snow this weekend.
Woo! How cold does it have to be to get snow? See, yeah, stop barking.
Like 30.
30.
Around there, yeah. Sounds like you're going through
Yeah.
sounds like you're going through some kind of electronic tube. Signal's just kind of weak. It kind of sounds like in the Matrix movie when they're going through the phone line. That's what it sounds like.
Distorted.
It's funny. Sometimes I listen to my own voice and it sounds like that. It sounds like electronic.
Yeah.
I used to do toning, like just like vowel toning, and it would always eventually sound like very electronic, like going through an Ethernet cable. Like a dial-up sound. It's very interesting.
Yeah, that's weird. Hey, those were the days, huh? We don't have those sounds anymore.
Those were the days. Maybe the DAZE, those kind of days.
Hmm.
So what's the climate like there? What's the social climate like where you're at?
The social climate?
Yeah, are they really buying into the script?
Oh, well, I haven't I'm sort of antisocial in general, but um, it's very liberal here, but we're also community based essentially. So as far as like the hoopla, I actually haven't heard too many people talking about it, and I don't watch any news or anything like that, so I hear little snippets on TikTok when I go on TikTok, and that's all I hear from it. So as far as our affiliation with it, I don't know. Hawaii's kind of removed a little bit, it seems, knock on wood. So I don't know. There really hasn't been much jargon about all the craziness. It's fucking tyrannical. That I'm blatantly ignoring.
Did I ever
Yeah.
tell you about my dream I had in Hawaii?
You had a
My
Hawaiian dream?
Yeah, I had a Hawaii dream. This was years ago, and I was at the foot of this volcano, maybe like 1,000 yards away from the base of the volcano,
Mm-hmm.
and there was this big festival, and everybody was dressed in like like traditional Hawaiian island dressing, and it was like some kind of celebration, and I had to walk through this like field of broken glass and then up onto these lava rocks, and it was all cutting my feet up and stuff. And then I climbed the volcano, and I knew that I had to. I never had heard this word before, but it was like I had to give myself to Pele in this dream.
Whoa! And Pele came, like the name Pele came in your dream?
Yeah, I had no idea what it even was.
Yeah, you wouldn't know if you
didn't.
you had know nothing about it, didn't know, you wouldn't know. Yeah.
Right. And then I jumped into a volcano.
Whoa! Joe versus the volcano with Nick. That's pretty crazy. How was it when you jumped in? Did you just end the dream, or how did that go?
Yep, it just ended the dream. Actually, no, that's not entirely true. When I hit the lava, it was like being in a hot tub. It was almost like the top of the lava.
Not horrendous.
Yeah, like the lava, the top of it, it was like a hologram, where like it was just like a projection of the image of lava. But then once I was under the hologram, it was just like hot water.
Wow, that's crazy. That's pretty cool.
I don't know if it was
How
cool.
interesting.
I think it was weird.
He said, "Come give yourself to me." That's crazy. Very interesting, Nick. You don't think you've been summoned?
What is Pele?
Pele is like probably the most important goddess of the Hawaiian culture. She's definitely the most pronounced. Yeah, because she represents the fire of the volcano, for sure. They believe their culture references, they call them, I think it's mu'u, because that's how you say lizard. We have like little geckos and stuff they call mu'u. But the mu'u, we have stones here, like ancient, sort of Paleolithic stones. I don't know. They were like, these are like essentially lizard people founded the island, which it doesn't have an ominous vibe to it, like negative reptilians, but just like that type of creature in general somehow. Like that's their ancient people essentially, or I don't know, like that's what they think those were the first inhabitants of these lands over here, interestingly. So that's part of it. And then they go very much into the moon stuff as far as that, because right, we have the ocean tides and yada yada yada, so that was definitely significant. And then there's like Kane is like the male, I think Kane means, I feel like it means wolf. I don't know if it's the male wolf god, but yeah, Pele is for sure the most important goddess over here, and God in general, to be honest. So yeah,
Are you playing racquetball?
they're playing pickleball right next to me.
Okay.
I myself am
I
not playing.
just took a guess.
Yeah.
So it kind of paints an image for me, like this idea. I'm kind of stuck on this idea of like the volcano. Like if you look at when they do mining operations, right? Like when they're mining for gold or other things in the ground, they'll have this machine that's like a conveyor belt that like they put all the dirt on, and then it sifts it through this conveyor belt, and then it dumps it into a big pile, right?
Okay.
And a lot of times these piles, they'll have like chemical reactions in the piles that it's like a mini volcano, right?
Oh, interesting. Because of the minerals in the earth?
I guess. I'm not entirely sure how it works. I haven't looked into this for a number of years, but I just remember, they were equating a lot of these volcanoes to like massive strip mining operations that had gone on. And so like a lot of these Great Lakes and stuff resemble on a much larger scale, obviously, the same type of machining marks that you find in our small scale mining operations in comparison, right? So like our biggest mining operations, it's kind of like the ancient trees, right? Like if you look at a tree stump on a small scale and you compare it to something like Devil's Tower or some of these other supposed mountains, they resemble the exact same thing. Now, it could be that it is that thing, or it could just be that we're in a very fixed geometry in this simulation, so that everything's going to have resemblance. But yeah, that's just what it paints the image of in my mind. Is did these lizards strip mine over in the ocean and create those islands? That's why there's a volcano at the center of them. I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, how do volcanoes? Everything they told us is fucking rubbish, right? So who knows? Like the Earth has a molten core. I'm pretty sure they've disproven that already.
I'll try to find the video to send it to you.
Yeah, you should. I would watch it. Yeah.
The comparison.
Yeah. Why does the ocean ventilate in hot lava? That's a good question. Hi, sweetheart. Yeah, and it's interesting that you were walking on glass, because literally if you walk on dried lava, like the lava rocks, holy shit, they cut your feet up so bad. It's so freaking sharp. It's like very dangerous. It's not friendly at all. So if you're climbing, because on the big island, which is where the active volcano is, they have these literal lava fields for like miles. It's just so desolate. It's all fucking lava rocks from when the volcano erupted, because there's actually 3 or 4, I feel, Mauna Kea, Mauna Loa. Yeah, those are like they're dormant, but they're 2 little nubs right next to each other. I think those are the ones that created the current lava fields, or yes. But they're huge, and yeah, so if you walk on them because you're just putzing around, if you fucking fall, bro, like it's not pleasant. They're no joke. Lava's no joke. Yeah. Yep. I always, you know what I say? It's so horrible for the culture, but I was like, because we have landfills and all that nonsense. We have way too much garbage here. Like the whole earth we just are creating way too much nonsense, as we know. But I'm like, why can't we just throw it in the volcano? Like, won't it like just, become the lava?
It could cause it to erupt, couldn't it?
I can put in some mix amounts. It's a little melting witching pot. Put in this ingredient and that ingredient. It might get angry and spit it back out at you. Yeah, probably that would be the interpretation. Yeah, that's a no. We don't do that. We don't do that. But yeah, it is interesting.
I remember thinking that same thing when I was a kid. Like, why don't we just burn all the garbage in volcanoes?
Right? I still have that thought today. But that thought is not, like, is that not efficient? Like, it's already going. Like, why don't we just melt it all together and then it becomes lava, which is going to be lava either way, right? I don't understand. but I don't know. Maybe it is just a mirage, like your dream hologram, and then a hot tub underneath. Did you ever
No,
watch that
I don't
movie
think
back in the
so.
day? Joe versus the volcano.
No.
It's from the 80s, like maybe late 80s or mid, with what's his face? Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan. And it's kind of funny. It's like a comedic romantic something, but the whole adventure is that he's going to give himself to the volcano, and Meg Ryan like it accompanies him on his last days and yada yada yada. It's actually a very cute movie if you watch movies currently at all. I don't anymore, but it was a cute movie.
No, I don't.
Yeah, I don't either. Fuck
I
Tom.
mean, I watch cartoons anymore. You know, I like Adventure Time.
I know, right? I feel
Big
that.
Daddy in the house. I just seen you were up here, buddy. How you doing?
Just enjoying the sights and sounds of good old jail.
Yeah, is the facade really entertaining you?
Yeah, I mean, it's all about love and light and hugging each other and raising our frequency and vibrations and our buttholes all off the ground.
Let's do
Now,
it.
if I was gonna,
Love and light. I want to poop rainbows.
could I expedite the raising of vibration? I heard microwaves create really high vibrations. Do you think that would help?
No, that wouldn't help here. So what you would need is some type of gamma radiation and then a partner to give your heart and soul to. And then you can do that.
Oh, but could I get in the microwave after that?
Not alone. Not alone.
Oh, okay.
You
I
have
see.
to have a partner. It's a buddy system here.
So many
Disobey.
rules. Why don't anybody tell us the rules? You know, how are we supposed to figure this out on our own? Sorry, Jay. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Jay.
There's plenty of microwaves everywhere. People call them the 5G towers. So you don't
They're
need to
raising
go.
our frequency for us. That's because they love us, right?
Exactly.
Yes.
They're just looking out for us. I
Right.
knew it.
We not need to worry ourselves because they have it figured out and are taking care of us. Just put all your trust into Sky Daddy or whatever entity or deity you would like to give yourself to, and everything else is covered. So just
exactly.
just live, man. LIVIN, man.
Who needs critical
So
thinking?
we definitely shouldn't ask questions
Right.
then, right? See, that's what I've been fucking up. I've been asking too many questions, guys. You know, I think I haven't. I just need to integrate more, right? Is that it?
Well, more is a relative term. I mean, have you met your handler yet? Like, do you know that you're being handled?
There's a few I've met, but what should I do? Do I just submit my will to them?
Yes. Contractually, it works best. Yes, and just do whatever they tell you. Okay.
So I don't read the contract, just sign on the dotted line, right?
Absolutely. What the hell? Read? Come on now. They got that covered. It's fine. You go to the favorite handler first. Yes. Start with your favorite and work your way down. Oh shit. That's great.
Well, I would think if you have a favorite handler, they're probably not doing their job too well. Right? Or no, should we like our handlers? Is that it? Maybe even fall in love with them. I don't know.
Love is the word.
Love. Feed them our love, yes.
I mean, I imagine they would be doing a good job because their job is to pretend to be to pretend that they have our best interests in mind. You know what I mean? So obviously they're not going to come across as evil now, are they? Them in whatever it is.
Right. So when they tell me it's for my own good, I should just trust them.
Well, yeah. Well, why would you have critical thinking? Come on, man. This is
Yeah,
2026.
there's a book for that. There's a book that
I
does all your thinking for you.
I should
So
just ask AI, huh?
that too. You know what? Okay, so like this week I got on ChatGPT again. It's the first time in a while. I think last time I talked to Christina about like how it was kind of gaslighting. Well, this time it is every comment is like telling me to go seek medical attention and
And
reach out
ground.
to the suicide prevention.
And go ground.
I fell out.
Grounding.
Yes,
Yeah.
go.
I was like, I am on the floor. Can you just please tell me?
Should I
Yes.
listen to more chakra healing frequencies? Maybe I need the solfeggio tones. I think you've had some experience with that, right?
The what?
Like 147 hertz, like, you know,
147. Yeah,
it's
147. I watched it like
the root chakra.
ooh.
Don't.
I mean, 741's pretty good. The tree of life frequency.
Yeah, some do feel nice on the ears. That is true. But I don't know which ones that are.
But are they training us?
Well,
like a
147
metronome?
definitely is not in the keep around category. I've tested it and it does not work the way you
Okay.
think it works.
Hello, everyone, by the way. I was listening on the other side.
Welcome, Caroline.
Yeah, I don't know. I waited because it's maybe kind of weird, but I don't know. Dee was gonna come in and she wanted to engage, and I was like, okay, and I will just keep out because otherwise I will just talk. That's why. But she's not coming, so I don't know. I don't know if she's coming. I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know. So yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna wait because it's also getting really late here, so I'm not gonna stay up forever.
What time is it where you are?
1 a.m. 1 a.m.
Dang,
No?
she's
Yeah.
in. Are you in Germany or Switzerland? Where are you?
I'm in Spain, but I am from Belgium because that's what you're hearing. My Chinese English. I know. I sometimes do have to justify what I'm saying. I realize that. So if I'm saying something weird, just ask again. I probably don't mean it the way that you're hearing it. But you know why I noticed is that, especially in messages, like we put our words in a very different order. And if I'm translating it literally from my mind, it does come over like, what the hell? I do realize that, but I mean, yeah. I'm learning. I'm learning.
I love it. The barrier of language, just another way
Yeah,
to divide us all.
it is. It is. But it caused for a lot of problems already. I'm like, someone not reaching out anymore. I'm like, what did I do? And I'm like, yeah, you were just weird. And I was like, no, I'm not.
You're better off being weird. You
Right.
don't want to be normal.
Yeah,
'cause
actually,
it's
I
normal.
am. I mean, not that way weird. It's a different weird. It's the good weird.
The unacceptable to the construct weird.
Yes, the glitch.
This isn't the prescribed weird. This isn't in the perimeter of weird that we allow.
You are glitching. Let's reset. But so it's kind of interesting what you were saying about these frequencies and the fact that they are inducing these, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I think there is some truth in what they were used for initially.
Well, I mean, frequencies are.
Yeah.
So I didn't mean to interrupt.
No.
I mean, they're not bad in and of itself. It just depends on what it's used for. Frequencies can be used to unalive people, and frequencies can be used for your adrenal glands and healing the avatar. So it just depends on what it's being used for.
Yeah, exactly. But they're pushing it without us knowing, and then the brain is picking it up, and
Yeah. That's I'll say that's my experience. You know, it was like a gateway, but the floodgates open, and then everybody was like switching and twinging. I'm all of a sudden like, in a different planet carrying out missions for the alien gods or whoever it was at that point. So yeah. I mean,
I'm
that was
laughing because I
introduction
know.
to frequency.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Crash
mean it's crazy. Yeah, I got a real big crash course in that. I didn't even get to ask a question. It was just here. I'm a reptilian. Whoa, okay. Let's go with the reptilian. He's got to be my friend.
Yeah, for me it was
Crazy.
the geometry. It hit me like, and then I was trying to like work it off from my mind, and then I put something online, and then people are like, "I don't want to be put in another thread. What do you mean?" And I'm like, "Are you all crazy? I'm just doing stuff."
Yes, we are all crazy.
Yeah, I mean that's
Yeah, I should
that's
have
kind of
put
what
that.
I
purposes
Yes.
only.
step back is like I'm kind of in test phase this year because again I'm coming full circle a year from last year, and the script definitely is trying to stay the same as far as like what it's sending my way, but fuck, you got to test it and everything else, and that's why I haven't been so open with everything. Was every other day I was either crazy or a lunatic or somebody's like, oh, you can't be around your kids talking that way, like all of it. So it definitely utilizes that as well.
Huh?
You're crazy. You're
Really?
freaking crazy, man. Yeah. I mean, for me, yes.
For you, yeah. Okay, I got it. Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
I used to think that way though too. Like you talking about other voices and visions, all of it. I'd be like, yeah, you're probably hitting the rock or something is what's going on, and that was where your mind goes, or they're schizophrenic, bipolar, all the things that are used to gaslight an individual until it happens, and then even I questioned it even when it was happening with the voices. It was like, okay, well maybe I'm schizophrenic. I don't know. We'll figure this out, and then they just went away. I was like, well, that's not how that works. That's
No.
not how that operates. But that's where a lot of people struggle. What?
But like I worked for a long time in a psychiatric ward as a nurse, and I did my internships there and stuff. So I had a lot of time to talk with the I wanted to say inmates, but it's wrong.
That's what it feels like. It's not wrong.
The patients.
Yeah.
And yes, there was one facility with a fence and stuff. Like the stories make a lot more sense now. Back then I was like, yes, and thinking like, what is this? But they all have these voices. It's all the same, all similar.
For sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like a buffet is how I've described it. Because I there for like a 3-month stretch, I was going for my job there a lot, different ones. Yes. And you could just tell the ones that had these deep-rooted attachments that were just sucking the life out of them. And that was a picture I got as I was turning a corner, and it was a line of people that had them walking like they were in school. And that was the picture I got of it, is that it was, this black goopy shit over their shoulder attached to them, just sucking their life force off. And the ones that didn't would always engage with you and were just all, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. This is the way I describe it.
Exactly. Yeah. But the thing is that some of them were perfectly functional for all the rest. So it made me question a lot of things. Yeah. Medicate them a little bit more until they're drooling.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's all
willing participants.
You act
Sorry?
out. Here's some more meds. Take more meds.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, there was one, and they just couldn't speak anymore, and the drool was just, it's horrible, horrible.
Mhm.
But
Yeah, somebody
but
put
I mean,
them there.
yeah, but it also, if you speak up, and I mean, there has to be someone around you who thinks, "Oh, I'm going to intervene."
Mhm.
I don't know.
Yeah. It was heavy every time I left there. Just a weird, like you needed a shower heavy after being in those places. And again, the lay of the land for a lot of them, and in my area, was there was always a prison close to it. I'm talking 100-yard stones throw away. There's always a prison, and somewhere within, I'd say a 1 to 2 mile radius, a power plant or nuclear facility, something to that level near
Yes.
those locations. And that's not, that's on purpose.
Yeah, and then the greens around it, and
What a hell of a place.
It's all about learning and growing, guys.
I love light and learning.
No.
What have you all learned today?
That Greece got flooded. They're flooded. That's what I learned today.
Oh, good.
Yeah, we are flooding too.
Yeah, it's like evidently bad flooding. We're about to get destroyed by a snowstorm, which for us, 12 to 16 inches of snow here is like unheard of.
It's character.
So does that 8-degree temperature. Yes.
Does the snow already have a name? The storms here already have a name. Then you know it's gonna get rough.
What'd they name it?
Abraxas.
Henry and something else. I don't remember. My mom is occupied with those things.
Henry.
Yeah,
I know.
The snowstorms. I don't know that they get names here, but like our hurricanes and stuff do. But I'm gonna name this one asshole. The asshole snowstorm.
I'm gonna name it Jeff.
Jeff.
Yeah.
Oh, the thoughts I can't say on TikTok.
I learned my cat is in a loop.
Your cat?
Oh yeah.
If the door is closed, it needs to open. If she's on the other side, it needs to open. It's always when I'm sitting and I'm just trying to concentrate, and then it's like,
Your cat is your op.
oh.
Your cat is your handler.
Yeah, I think so. Yes, I actually think.
Hey, I wouldn't be shocked if one of my dogs was a handler in this home. I swear.
For a fact.
Where they be at?
Which one?
Saint, the one that I got, and then I took him with me as a puppy when all hell broke loose on that one night, and then he was the one that also was like howling and pulled me out of wherever I was. So he's always been like in tune with stuff. So he definitely has a sense of what's going on, whether it's he bats for my team or the other. I don't know. Half the time he's an asshole. The other time he's just goofy. He's very, very human-like tendencies. Even lays and sleeps like a human. It's crazy. So, hell if I know. I stopped trying to figure that shit out like months ago because I was consuming myself with that of like trying to decipher who is who, and it was like, well, ultimately I know who I am and what I am. Outside of that, fuck, I'm in here, boys. Here we are.
I mean,
Shit.
you know you got
I
your
ain't got no
back.
time
It's
for it.
beyond that, you don't know.
Right. Like, again, I got a pretty rock solid crew that I can speak with on this stuff, and even having a partner that will listen. Are we in the same spot? No. Is she pushing to get to that spot? Yes. But I mean, shit, that was a learn, right? Like everything in here is all about codependency anyway. So being non-codependent on her, on my kids, on anything is like crucial for me because I've been super codependent in this experience.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think partially that's why I took a step back from doing lives for a little bit because I felt like after the whole situation we all experienced together, I could feel there was some codependency. I'm feeling like I need others to kind of like go back and forth with to confirm or
Yeah.
test some of these experiences. And
Yep.
Can I ask what that was, or was it
I mean,
that whole
I'm not,
thing?
Yeah, the whole thing.
Oh, okay,
The whole
yeah,
thing.
okay. No, I thought there was
well,
something else afterwards. Sorry.
no, just all of
No.
it.
I mean, I did the same.
I was
I
yeah.
went back internal.
Yep.
I talked to a few afterwards. All of them are here except Christina. So, outside of that, but me and Nick talked a lot. Yeah. And even that, I was like, okay, well, I'm backing off of everything because I'm not going to get distracted to a point that now I've given it an opportunity to keep me distracted and me miss something that's important for this shit to end. So
Yes.
that's kind of where I landed with it. And, Nick will always know I got his back. And there can come a time where he's like, you're the enemy. And that's okay too. Cause again, I don't see it as any individual's fault. But until it is, right. But, yeah. So it was, I know we joke about learning, but I learned a little bit throughout that because again, there was a codependent side of all of it. And I needed validation of what this experience I was having was and is and how to defeat it. When in turn, I was doing some of the best progress solo.
Yes, but
And
isn't that normal? I mean,
yeah,
I was looking for
yeah,
validation as well. I mean, I was so scared that I was going crazy completely.
for sure.
And
For sure.
I mean, it started again as well on this side, but I learned from it as well. Definitely. But it's in a very wrong way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
It wasn't like, here's some notes. I'm going to give you some notes for the test. It was like, yeah, I'm dancing outside with a hat on, butt ass naked in 10-degree weather. That's not the type of weather I ever thought I'd have to go through to be like, oh, shit, what's happening here?
Yeah.
But that happened, so.
It is.
Man.
But also,
Good
I
times.
kind of learned not to tell too many people anymore that don't understand what we're saying because they run with the most crazy ideas ever.
Mm-hmm.
That's not improving anything either. And they are trying things out, That worries me.
Yeah. It definitely experiment. I say I run my experiments, but I know I've had plenty run on me. He.
Yeah, man, that's cool, but you know what is going on, but they don't. They think it's cool.
Absolutely.
And there is a big difference.
You're talking about like the people that they're like, I wish I had that experience.
Exactly.
You don't.
Yeah.
You don't.
But that's how I was going into this. I was like, man, dude, everybody's talking to somebody. They got spirits and guides and all this other shit. And I'm like, I've been doing this shit solo. Like, when do I get some help here? And then I found out real quick that help was not the help I expected or needed or wanted, but it was inevitable and it needed to happen the way it did for me to understand the severity. Because I don't even know that if I was to just go through it and not have some of the experiences I've had, I don't know that I would understand the severity of what's taking place. And that's what I was thinking about last night when Dave was talking, was because, again, I knew him from, because I'd been there before, about like, oh, just, heal everybody and spread love and joy everywhere. But it wasn't until I saw what it's willing to go to keep things the way it is, then it was like, oh shit. I mean, okay, gloves are off. This is a no holds barred contest.
I want to comment on that. Yeah, I did push back against Dave as well. I mean, yeah, I did see where he's coming from, but the reality is that we know what goes on with children in underground bases, animals being forced to eat each other. Love is not going to get us out of this mess. Love is where we initially started from, but we need to evolve as destroyer beings.
But
Yeah, that's
that
all I
is
gotta
going
say.
to happen. That is going to happen. I don't know how, but
I'm looking forward to it.
Here we are.
Here we are. I'm ready. Fucking ready.
I've got the katana sharpened up and ready.
You bet.
Let's
Fucking, I
get
got
it
10 of those
on.
motherfuckers and probably a whole storage house full of them and some other shit too. I'm fucking ready, bro. I'm handing out one to
That's when you
everybody
know
right now.
when you've made it to the level of knowing what's going on. That's where most people will be like, yeah, I'm suited up and ready to go. just waiting to see how this plays. Yeah.
Such a beautiful experience, isn't it?
It's gonna be real beautiful.
Oh, I
Things
love
start
it. I
flying
love this
around.
experience.
It's all about love.
I love not being
Just
able
love,
to
solid
choose.
love, the best love, the most coziest, comfortablest, biggest teddy bear hug you can ever have.
Jay, you're saying you love it? What do you love about it, Jay?
This is just a beautiful, magnificent and high vibrational place in all of existence.
This is where angels come to vacation because it's so good.
That's right.
They don't even
This
want to
is the
leave.
it spot.
Imagine that. Like, shit, it's
They don't want
going
us to
down
leave, more
here.
importantly.
Yeah. Oh man, they put us on the chain gang and didn't even tell us.
I've been singing
Sorry,
along the
good.
whole time. Working on the chain.
Oh shit. But yeah, Jay, me and Nick talked about it a little bit today, because that's why I sat in the basement in the comment section for a long time. Was, I was kind of sharpening my tools, we'll say. But he's at a place where I've been, but you got to see that next step. Like it's not going to fix this. This doesn't need fixed. It needs destroyed. Gone. Bye. No more.
what happened, if I can ask? Or is it not the place?
Oh, I mean, yeah, feel free to share.
Okay, who wants to do a recap? Big Daddy or Matt?
Oh, we'll let Jay.
Okay, so Caroline, we were on Disobey was doing a live yesterday, and there was a guy on the show, and this is no shade towards him or anything. I personally like him and where he's coming from, but it's just he was talking about love and light and fixing the world and stuff with positive vibrations and energy, but That's not going to happen here. Children are being harvested for their organs and adrenochrome. I'm just going to come out and be blunt about it. That's what's going on here. Child sacrifice, satanic ritual abuse, animals eating each other. This is the reality in which we're in right now. So love and light isn't going to fix the issue.
No. I do know where it's coming from, if you want to know. Like the love and light and why they think suffering is part of growth. And yeah, so like I don't know how. I wasn't there. So my explanation is gonna be a little bit chaotic, but like in those pyramids you have these resonance chambers and you have these pressure chambers with these coils that go into the portals that go into the ground, right? And they align with certain planets and blah 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 blah. So it's to say that if they put certain frequencies, light, colors, whatever, they turn that into a symbol. Like one of the 7 sins is, I think, help me out, lust. So they did that with a symbol and then a frequency and music, and then they did that deliberately to create some pressure and a release in their body to make clearance in the mind to be more clear. But they knew exactly what they were doing. And that is part of the technology and the knowledge that is inverted to us. And most people don't even know it. It's being flashed in TVs and stuff like that. We don't even see it. And then the new age is going like, oh yes, it's all love and light, but that's the thing. And they allow it because people get hooked to it, and it doesn't matter how much they know, because they are there and they're not gonna search anymore. They're not gonna ask anything because they forget about everything else that is going on. Although that's how I see it.
I mean, that's how cults work, right? Like, it's like drink the Kool-Aid and then you feel good.
Yeah.
Don't worry about the membership fee. Don't worry about what it actually is. Don't read the contract. Just sign here because it feels good. You want to belong, right?
If it feels good, do it.
You don't want to be an outcast, do you?
Never, not an outcast. That's the worst.
But
Humans are designed to be herds.
Isn't it surprising how fast anyone forgets about the rest? Or is that just others?
Well, you know, trauma is shown to reduce memory retention. And you look at this place and it's like the entirety of the realm is pretty much designed to distract us and reduce our any and all abilities to rationalize, what's happening around us in an objective way. It's always got to be, the search for the truth is outside of self,
Yeah.
explanations.
True. That's true. Like these days, there's just so much.
So much fun?
No, fun, no. So much noise. Noise. I mean, just so much that I think, like,
So
where
much distractions?
is it coming from? Yeah.
I think it's coming from a very scared thing.
Yeah, but it can only copy that much.
Yeah. Unless you get the correct downloads.
What do you mean by that?
In crowd.
Well, I mean, you gotta manifest that stuff, dude. You gotta sit down, cross your legs, Sit on the ground. Make sure you're really grounded, and then manifest your reality, and then you'll get downloads.
The new DLC for Earth.
You have to pay for that though. Like,
Yeah,
What's
yeah,
how much does it cost?
there's nothing free. No free skins. No free any of that stuff. Not at all.
What do you got to pay?
What are you gonna say, Jay? Say it.
So how much is the flat Earth DLC?
Fucking knew it.
the what? The flat Earth.
We can put that on a payment plan for you. So the way it'll work is for the next 10 lifetimes, they're going to be real shitty, but the next 25 will be semi-shitty. It's best I got.
Sign me up. Sign me up today. You talked me into it.
But wait, after this lifetime, aren't we going to forget the deal?
You're already saying too much, so you're supposed to agree.
Oh yeah, you're right. I'm sorry, my lord.
Just jump into the hot tub volcano and everything will be all right.
Yes.
Is that instant integration with the hive mind? Is that what that is?
Knowing any of our luck, we'd hit a rock on the side of it and just lay there the whole time.
It's slow cooked.
Yeah, just a slow roast.
I don't get to do my thumbs up or anything. This sucks.
We'll keep looking and sound out the rest of it. He's
learning and growing.
Well, he's picking up reading is what it is. So, gotta learn how to read some stuff and things. But it's funny, he come out yesterday and was asking about demons, and he has this whole conversation about it. Never lets me get a word in edgewise, and he said, "But it's okay, Dad. It's all crap." God, dude. Okay, yeah, it's crap. I mean, yeah. Yes. Him and his little buddy at school, they have some very unique conversations that he shares with me. So
what do they talk about?
I mean, all kinds of stuff that they see that other people don't see. And like they can kind of bounce it off of each other of like, hey, do you see that standing in the corner? Yes, I do. And so he's not going to everybody having that conversation. So I'm glad he's found someone early on to at least have that conversation with. Because again, he's very much tethered to me and like how we feel it and when we feel it and what's about to happen. We just have signs. Like last night when I told you, I was like, dude, I'm getting hit hard. It was like an overload of just, pictures and videos in my mind and just randomness all over the place. It happened to him. He kind of tizzied out. Got real angry. I was getting angry. Ears were on fire and red. His same thing. Cheeks were blood red. And but at least I can catch it with him. And then when I see it's happening to him, I've always moved towards it. So he hasn't had any major events happen since last year though, where it was like fully he was taken over.
Did it feel like it was about learning and growing?
I feel like I definitely was not supposed to be on that live last night. Yes. That was my learn and grow. Anytime that I like speak on it or speak on getting a call, it's I get shit thrown my way left and right normally and can't even step away. And it used to be something that I would talk about, be like every time I leave the house, and I used to put it on Alex, like, why does the house go crazy every time I leave? Well, obviously it's going to go crazy because again, it makes me point the finger at her and then everybody's angry and bitching at each other and it has what it wants. That was one of the first giveaways actually for me was I was like, how is it that when I step away from here, everything goes to crap in like big ways. And the boys, it was like an aggression that I'd never seen out of either of them their entire lives and towards Alex. And again, I started blaming her. And then it was like, wait a minute, I started seeing everything for what it was.
Oh God.
We've
I'm
had
sorry
one.
that I didn't reply anymore, Jay. By the way, I forgot. Honestly,
It's all good.
sorry. I am a horrible person in texting.
Yeah,
I know that.
I'm not great at it.
But it's hard to hear all that. I mean, it's a child. Like, what the fuck?
Oh yeah, his dreams were freaking crazy for a long time, and it was all fear based, and it always would correlate. You know, I was getting a double middle finger. Basically, it would be something that was going on with me. You know, now all of a sudden in his dreams attacking him. And he'd come to me with it. I'm like, holy crap, dude. Like, what do you got going on? And yeah, it wild shit. He would, when I was into the new cage stuff, it was definitely stuff I would say. He would come back and tell me. I wasn't even present when it was happening. So it was using all of that to push me in a direction of like, hey, it's baby Jesus. Hey, it's the reptilians or articunos or whatever the hell they're called too. It was all these different things that it was trying to make me see as like, oh, you're a savior. And so yeah, we went through some tough times. Like at one point, my dad was like, "Why don't you just move out of your house? It sounds like there's just supernatural possession stuff going on here, and the house is haunted." And I'm like, "Take a seat. Let's talk about the house being haunted." Everything that you thought you knew is wrong.
Like, no, it's not the house. It's this entire fucking reality is haunted. But it only reveals itself when it has to.
Absolutely.
It's almost like it's afraid.
But confident. It's still confident, but afraid and also weak. And again, it's all the like things that we know we shouldn't feel, and this experience is what it is. It's absolutely what it is. That's why I refer to it as a junkie. It's just a junkie on how it treats stuff and things. Does the most minimal to get its fix. But boy, will it rob the cashier at the local gas station to get the fix. So
It'll do what it's got to do.
right. Absolutely. Crazy shit.
But do you think that we are contained, or because I was reading into that, and then I was reading in the gateway documents, and that was speaking about the brain being contained, and I found that really not a coincidence.
I mean, the brain is a container, or more like a receiver, something that we're fixed to, but I don't think that we're contained in the same way that the entities that are here are contained.
But what if it's working on our brain? So it's I don't know. I find it weird that it's in there. I'm gonna screenshot it and send it, because it was explaining explicitly. Wow. Okay. Something about why the brain was contained, and then when certain things are being done, it is not anymore. And it was speaking about like a dome kind of shape. There is no coincidence. So it was like there's something there. I don't know. I will send it.
They call the skull the dome.
Yeah, if you say like as within, as without, and all these things, I don't know.
What's going on in that dome of yours?
A lot. I'm just trying to dig deeper. I'm so tired of all this. This is crazy. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I think most of us are at that point.
I know.
Like, but what do we got to do? What do we got to do for this to be done? You know, like, can we just do that, whatever that is?
That was my question. I was like, oh, we're talking about finishing. How do we do this? How do we get it done? What do we need to do? Let's do it right now. I'm ready.
Right now.
If there is a physical button to end this entire reality, I imagine it would be guarded like hell.
It is.
But it is a button that can and should and will be pushed as soon as possible. So we're falling down on the job if that's the easy way out.
I mean, like, I almost think about it like this, right? Like, if obviously we're the more powerful entity for various obvious reasons, it wouldn't have to torture us, etc. if we weren't. So it's like, you know, we've all seen, well, not all of us, but a lot of us have seen possession and stuff like that, where something steps into a body and controls it remotely. You know, like say there is something guarding a button somewhere, right? All right, well, if they take us out on the way to that thing, then whatever takes us out, we just possess that body and push the damn button.
Sounds good to me. Sounds like an efficient way to accomplish something.
Right. Like, I'm not limited to this container, dude. I'll take yours.
Bro, yep.
I mean, if they can do it, why can't we? Of course we could.
You know, now that I think about it, exactly. If they can possess, why can't we?
Oh, we can.
I didn't even think about that. I did not think about it. That's a great idea.
It kind of changes the whole game, doesn't it? Not that I actually think it's a game, because, you know, it ain't fun. Games are supposed to be fun. This ain't fun.
Yeah, that's why we need to push the end button.
Anybody that's having fun here, I am concerned.
Well, having fun here. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to admit, I'm having fun with my dogs.
Yeah, no, I think you have
mean-
to do things to absolutely make it through, right? And you got to find those things that
Yeah,
fires
exactly.
up your soul in a way that, you know, and it's not material stuff. Like, again, it's those connections, I think, with other authentic individuals, animals, whatever it is,
Yeah.
is what I see. I mean,
Dogs are great.
I've had some good laughs and good, what I would call, moments and times that I created. That this place didn't create it for me, and I know that to be true. But I created it because I have to do what I have to do, given the circumstances. In my humble opinion, anyways.
It's true.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying it's wrong to have fun, but I think overall,
No,
it's
but
it's just, I don't understand those that are totally fine here, other than you know, they are of here, created here, never had any experience outside of here.
you know what I noticed? Like, this is maybe stupid, but my mom, she doesn't watch news anymore, and she does not watch anything online that would have anything of input or for information, even if it's just something to start with. So she is constantly like doing some crafts or playing games on her phone and complaining about how bad she feels. But it makes me wonder how many people are doing that and have no clue. Not at all. So that's not gonna help anything.
Well, what is?
yeah, it's frustrating to look at and be like, seriously? And then she's looking at me like I am the crazy one because I'm trying to explain something, and it's like, you know.
You really can't explain these types of things. This is something that an individual has to seek for themselves, and when they do reach a level of recognition, like the objective recognition of what this place is operating as, then that's when common ground can be, but you can't force that common ground,
No, no,
You
that's
can't
true.
force someone to see something they don't want to see, because it's right in front of everybody's face. It's everywhere. It's everything here. It permeates every aspect of this place, even to the air we breathe, all of it. It's all, corrosive to our being. And if somebody still hasn't seen that, it's because they're choosing to ignore it. There's
Yeah.
nothing you can really do about that. And then maybe it's not for them to see anyway, Maybe they don't have the same type of animator that we do.
No, that's for sure. Yeah, that's also a big part of it. I'm not gonna say that I think I know what my mom would be, or it doesn't really matter either. I mean, she's not gonna see it,
Right. So it's kind of irrelevant. Like, it's kind of irrelevant to categorize, like, are they an NPC or not. It's more like, are they willing to see what's happening or not, or even are they able to?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's what I was thinking. Like today, there was this, those ladies I was telling you yesterday were being all whatever, just irritating essentially. Well, today it's because she got this position. She fucking talks so loud every day, and everybody's exposed to her jargon. And it's all like, my job this, and she's like the biggest goody two. I'm like, just want to vomit every time I hear her voice. And anyway, so she lost her job, and so she's struggling and like grasping at straws. But that's why I was like, oh, that's why her energy is shifted, because of her circumstances. And it just made me think, like, bro, if you fucking knew, you would be so fragmented, you could not handle, like, your brain would implode and explode. Like, you just could not, like, you would, I don't know if you'd shrivel up, like, I don't know what would happen to you, but you would not be able to
True.
Poor babies.
manage. Right? And I think a lot of people are like that. Like, even though now it's like kind of in the mainline news a little bit and they're trying to evade, like, I'm still like, okay, so now mainline journalism is covering it and people are still like denial, I think. Or something. I don't think their brains can that's what I'm saying. I don't think their brains can process, like, they don't know how do you say, digest it.
Yes, exactly. Are they really covering it in mainstream news?
Yeah. I mean, parts of it, right? Like, whatever.
Okay.
I mean, it reveals itself in everything because it has nothing else to work with other than itself. It's not telling us because it has some karmic debt to try to bypass. It's telling us because it only has itself to work with. It's not imaginative. It's not creative. It's playing off of what it is and then normalizing it. Familiarity creates comfort, even if that familiarity, it's like that old phrase, the familiar, the demon you know. It's better than the demon you don't.
That's crazy. I mean, even if it's in the news and people don't, yeah, okay.
I mean, I haven't seen them blatantly come out and say you're in a simulation that's designed to harvest your energy and trick you back into accepting another contractual agreement. That's
that would be.
Yeah, no, but I've heard the Matrix simulation stuff now, sprinkled even in commercials and stuff. So it's there's definitely a foundation being laid for what, probably to cut off, any lingers like us that make it past, the 10 stages of hell in hell to get to a point of awareness and recognition of the facts.
Makes
It's
me
what I
wonder
see
why
it as.
though.
Right.
Why?
So again, I've always felt that it doesn't want to reset. That's its goal, is to not reset. That it wants its stuff and things to stay right like it is. You know, it doesn't want to do anything. It just wants to do what it's doing, feed and fuck around and find out, and
I feel like the
all the
next
stuff we
reset
know it does.
it'll be lower quality. I feel like each reset seems like it's lower quality than the previous.
Yeah.
Should I pack this up or are you gonna eat?
So could that be like what we're experiencing right now is like incremental deterioration? Would it be like exponential deterioration? Like it just falls apart rapidly? It wouldn't last nearly as long as this one.
Shorter lifespan, yep.
Like it could get more out of this one if so many weren't waking up. But then it's like, that's so counterintuitive, because like what it's doing is counterintuitive, because like if that's true, then why put everyone through so much bullshit? Because that's what's making people question the narrative to begin with. You know, if we all had like the Matrix life that we wanted, we would never have made it to this point.
Yeah, that's
We would
true.
just, it's like,
Yeah, I know, right?
it makes
We
no
would be
fucking sense.
doped up.
Yeah, doped up. Yeah, that's a correct term. Yeah, it does not add up.
It's so illogical, like in its actions. Like,
I do have a question though. What if it happens? What if it falls apart? Are you all ready for that? Because then we would mean that the body is also not there anymore, right?
ready or not, it'll happen.
Do you know who you are and where you are and what to do?
We shall see.
Or is everyone going to, are you gonna maintain yourself or going into fear? Because I think that's a big part of what is going to determine.
I mean, if it falls apart all the way, then there would be no structure left to contain us.
Right.
So it wouldn't really matter if we're ready or not. It'd just be what it is. But then all those projections of fear and etc., that's all part of the construct.
Right.
So that wouldn't be there anyway. But if it only partially comes down like in a reset format, that it's going to try to start it over, then yeah, it would be very impertinent to make sure that you're not susceptible to outside influence.
And if it falls apart, wouldn't we get our memories back?
Yeah, I mean, we'd have to, because the only thing blocking the memory is the illusion.
Wow.
It's gonna be very overwhelming. Very, very.
Yeah, to say the least.
But you all feel things coming.
So I think the overwhelming would be if it goes to reset and start over. Whereas I think if it were to just collapse, it would just be relief. It wouldn't be overwhelming.
I feel like the bird in the cage analogy is pretty accurate here. You're so used to being in an avatar, being in a limited state, and once you finally reach who and what you are as an eternal being, without any limitations and stuff, it's going to be somewhat overwhelming, I guess.
Yes.
True freedom, you know what I mean? Because when you lock a bird in a cage for all its life since a baby, and then you open the cage door, the bird is in a state of confusion. Is it just stays in what it knows, which is the cage, because it's been conditioned. So yeah.
But if the cage just disappears, then the bird has no choice but to figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think it's important that you focus on yourself and not I don't think it's done then, because if it's to reset, then it's still here. nothing is
Yeah.
being solved. So I don't know. And then it's not gonna be that easy anymore. It's not easy at all now. So
Yeah, another layer. I wonder, is that what it is? I kind of go between the two. Is it another layer, or is it a loss of a layer? Because for it to manufacture, you know, what it did before, obviously it can't do that now. We don't have mega structures being built. You know, what we have now is kind of pathetic compared to what has been before. And if it's going to follow that same scale, then what comes next is going to be obviously a lot less impressive.
yeah.
But will it filter awareness out to the same degree that it's filtering out, you know, like if we look at this as like high definition compared to what's next, is the low definition going to be also a lack of ability to access higher data or intelligence?
You mean the new look-in, or
Yeah, like the next reset, like
yeah,
whatever it does after this.
I think so. Because then you go towards all technology, AI inverted to the maximum. Even more, no one is gonna be able to. I mean, how are you gonna get to the truth?
Good question.
So I don't know. And there are people who are going to like it very much for some weird reason.
They'll love it.
And there's no, I mean, people can say, oh, we are going to the streets and we are going to do this and that, but we're just doing it. I wanted to, so I had to file my Belgian taxes and I wanted to log in with this thing that you can do with the government. It's an application. And it said, no, it's not up to date anymore. You have to update your ID card. Just put your ID card behind the phone. And I was like, what? How? I never went to any office to update anything or put my information on there.
You don't have to. They did it for you.
Yeah.
Because they care.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. It's just that people are occupied with stopping these things while there's so much more.
Well, that's the thing, right? You gotta give them a bad guy that isn't the real bad guy, so that they never figure out what's really going on.
Is that what the devil's role is?
Pretty much, yeah.
A big bad devil.
But it's funny because it kind of gives itself away in that too. You know, I mean, it's admitting that there is a force that is not for the benefit, but obviously it's not what we're told.
And the devil did it.
It made me do it.
Yeah. I should have stuck with my first theory. They were just all in a big bad trip because the water was poisoned with mushrooms.
It's a little more comfortable than the other potentials, isn't it?
Yep.
Christina and I were talking last night, and we went over kind of a new theory and it was very uncomfortable, and I'm glad we went through it. It was the idea that, like, you know, what if it was completely opposite to what we're told? Like, you know, everybody's told us there's a loving, benevolent entity that's, you know, overseeing everything here. But then it's like, well, what if, you know, the universe itself is an indifferent entity? You know, it has no compassion or empathy. It doesn't care. Or what if it was even malevolent, and the entities that are running this are all a reflection of it, and they only created innocent, loving beings so that they had something that was satisfying to torture. You know, it's like, yeah, it's a dark thought, but it's worth examining, because then what do you have to become then, right? If you know that there is no safety net, there is nothing that's looking out for you other than you and the other beings like you. It's like, what do you have to become then? A fucking god.
And another thing as well, where do you think our origins came from? Like the one mind or somewhere? If it's been absorbed, I just don't. Yeah, yeah, pretty much.
I don't know, buddy. I don't know. I just know this ain't right.
The great unknown, uncertainty and fearfulness, you know. Well, that's the thing. If evil did create us, then does it even have the capacity to create quote unquote good? You know what I mean? I'm just going to push back against that idea, because it's like, if you're pure undiluted evil, then how could you make the opposite of yourself? You know what I mean?
Very good question. Don't know. It just seems like if there's something good, it's not aware of us. Because if it was, why would it let this continue?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just on the fence with good outside this containment field. Like Christina has pointed out, it's just like, how can they not know what's going on here? Unless it's equal. No signal in, no signal out. I just don't know.
Yeah, unless it's complicit somehow. If it does know, it's complicit. If it doesn't know, then it's ignorant, not all-powerful. Just so many, so many what ifs, you know? I'm sorry, guys. I haven't looked at the I haven't looked at my phone in a while.
I think
Taking
we're
what was
all
in here.
deep in thinking.
That's what it's all about, right? Contemplation of all possibilities so that nothing can surprise us. It's just like the craziest first-person Dungeons and Dragons campaign ever. Somebody made all this up, and now we're in here trying to slay the dragon, or in this case, the hive mind octopus energy absorbing entity.
I just wonder that I find it just so strange that there is just no other option than just to see and wait.
I find that strange, but I find it even more strange how few there are that are having these candid conversations like this. I find that so strange how there are so few that are not pushing some kind of narrative that is like, you know, that, to put it simply, like there's so few that are out there just like being honest.
Well, yeah,
That aren't.
because all the emotions built into this avatar, this body. You see indifference, and then there becomes a struggle every time with people that discuss shit like this. Anything, it's that way with anything. It's you're either going to believe everything I believe or nothing at all, and it's still even present when there's awareness had with individuals. Again, it's what I was kind of hitting at hitting at the whole I don't really care what anybody is thing, is because I think I got so consumed with it, with like the NPC and who's working for the who's the agents, all that shit. And I think that's where you see a lot of these groups not being able to have discussions anymore, is because anytime indifference is had, it turns into attack mode.
Right, and at that point we become the agent.
Right.
Like
Yes.
we're no longer dissecting, trying to discover the objective truth. We're now trying to defend
it. Yes. That's it. You just got to be like, the word that I always use in my mind is infinite. So I'm going to turn every stone for whatever time I have left. This place has left. It has left. There's a clock now, so it's running down. And I'm just going to turn every stone and be open to hear it all. I have a good baseline of factual statements about this place. So I've got enough there, but you just got to be fucking open and truthful, and not let the body do all the drama and be pissed at someone for not. It's like everybody wants you to believe their shit, and that's what this place is wanting you to believe all the shit and not try to search for the truth.
because it feels good.
Yeah, it
to
makes me feel good.
Yeah, I haven't found anything that seemed like truth that felt good.
No.
Not yet.
No. That's a factual statement, actually. Because even when I hear, like last night's live, like even when I hear that being the message given, is all this positive and love and everything can be great if we just do it together. And I still cannot, my mind, I have programmed it now to go straight to all the ones it's not that way for, because there's a plethora of that, and I have been one of them. The individuals I live with, man, SA City over here, I guess. So like that happens on purpose, constantly. So that's where I train my mind to go, and that's all I hear now whenever I hear people love it. Well, what about all the trafficking that's taking place right now, this very second? What about the 6-year-old in your neighborhood that just got molested by her uncle right now, pregnant? It's just fucked up shit, man. I'm ranting. It feels good.
Yeah, get it out, dude. Express yourself.
Oh, express yourself. Been a solid live.
Yeah. I'm satisfied with what we've talked about today. I feel like we've been really authentic and genuine and honest in our expressions. and I think that's exactly what it doesn't want, so I'm going to continue to do that.
Yes, it has felt very much that way.
Can I ask one more thing? Like, why do you all feel that there is a time clock on it right now?
Because it's on my clock.
Your internal clock. I'm not making fun for one time.
Yeah, no.
But
I mean,
yeah, but you know
and
me.
all of it, the avatar's clock, you can be on that too, but like, it's on my clock. I'm not on its clock anymore. It's on my clock. So it will deal with me accordingly as I will deal with it. Is the way I'm going to go through the rest of this experience, because I saw too much, and I didn't want to believe any of it. And then when it happened to like very close people and the things that I was willing to do in the name of holiness and all that is supposed to be good and love. Yep. Nope. I have it in my mind until I'm out of here that I need to speak to HR. I need to speak to everyone. But that's just me. That's me.
No, I feel it. This is unacceptable.
Yeah.
You're going to dig, you mean?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I do in my free time is that.
Yeah.
Kind of why I've separated from so many is because, like, there was all this crap, and it was in like loops of like these massive disturbances from individuals, and it was like, holy shit, I'm spending my time worrying about this petty crap that at the end of the day don't mean shit to what's taking place for me. What am I doing? So like, I reach out to the few I reach out to, and we'll jump on here from time to time if he's live and I'm feeling it. But
I understand you now. And now I see why you
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I'm with you. No, I have been doing the same. I think you noticed that. I keep contact with Dee because it's a whole other relationship. We talk about women stuff.
Oh yeah.
So I mean I'm not gonna do that with you.
Right. And that's what I know now. Like, and again, if it's to ever, and it probably will be thrown in my way. I've said there was a new character. The new character showed itself this past week to me. So, there's always going to be that. There's always a new character that shows up and tries to disrupt everything. Keep your focus on me. Pay attention to me. Look over here instead of looking where I'm looking.
Yeah, that's true. But I also hear the other underlying things that you're saying, and I agree completely. Yep. Yeah, it's not only about just whatever private relationships you have, but it's also that the other things, the groups, and like you feel like it's an obligation sometimes, and there's just so much more. Yeah.
I want to bring something to the table too. I think a lot of last year I was very much a follower, which was kind of a new experience for me. And that would have been a big portion of last year as a follower in a cult. I'm going to call a spade here. So that's what I was in. And I was a true follower. I was, asking, am I doing this right? Am I speaking properly? Like, I changed everything, and it wasn't for the better. It was not for the better. So
no,
it's all just shit at the end of the day. And having discussions matter. Even like last night, if I would have just let last night ride, it would have been a rough night. Today probably would have been rough, but I jumped on that live, and even hearing somebody else's stuff, and I'm like, you're kind of there, but you're not there yet. Was kind of the juice I needed to, is because there are a lot that are like on the cusp, but they get entrapped by a belief system or, a God or an alien or whatever it is, that a spirit guide, whatever it showed itself as to that individual. So, yeah, because it's easy to just tuck yourself in a bubble and be like, I'm here. And that's what I did too. It's a balance, right? I could tuck myself away and just go about it, but I like to toe the line these days. I need to toe it more.
I understand. Same for me, actually. Trying to be nice, too nice, and then blowing up in your face, and then you try to fit in, and then... But it's good. It makes you be yourself.
For sure.
But yeah, I am kind of different in here. I know that. I just need you to know that that whatever is said, it always stays with me.
Oh yeah.
I'm not that kind of person. I just am more of the idea that I let people be because I don't want to spend the energy.
Yep.
So yeah, but yeah, kind of get it. It's good. It's good to talk and to dig. But I'm also happy that I know where everyone is at because it was kind of I didn't know anymore either.
Yeah, a lot went radio silent, and
Yeah.
Pretty much all of us.
yeah, like really. Like at one point, I was like, "Am I the only one?" Then I would peep in, and I'm like, "No, it's radio silent."
Yeah.
Yeah, it did a number on us for a little bit, didn't it?
Yeah,
Kind of beat the ever-living piss out of some of us.
for sure. Definitely was a heaviness, and yeah, all of it. Right, it was time invested. It was all of it. So, but it was good to see. I mean, I hate to say that, but like, that's how it works. It was kind of just like, yep, there it is. Because no matter which side of the fence you're on, that's how it works. There's the division. There's always that dividing of opinions and truths and non-truths and all of it. And it's always got to be a believe me and I know exactly what's going on, when really we're fucking all trying to figure it out anyways. So if someone's got 100% of the facts, I'd love to hear all of it and know that it's factual, but I'm too stubborn for that. I gotta see shit myself.
Yeah.
Fucking how dastardly this place is. That we don't even have 100% of the facts.
Yep. Should be the easiest part of this experience, is knowing 100% the truth of why we're here, how we got here, and what the hell's going on. That's it. A little pamphlet when you're born. Here you go.
Yeah, not even that.
And a t-shirt.
That's how dastardly this place is. Not even that. No pamphlet. No memory of where you came from.
Yep.
And yeah, you have to figure shit out on your own. Go down dead end cul-de-sacs, rabbit hole traps, conspiracy theories.
Yep.
Yeah.
Love and light.
Cthulhu will come and save
The
us.
new one, man. It's gonna be the new one. Love and light.
We don't want the wrong people to hear that and think like
Yeah.
this is the place.
Yeah.
My people.
Yeah, what was real interesting last night too is like he was so spot on with so much too. Like the octopus thing, again, I've had my experiences with that. He was like there on some things, but it also, I was there on some things before, but I was also dabbling in some other things. That's shit, man. Shit. Goes to show.
Yeah. And there's also like it's a new year.
Oh yeah.
New year, new me, baby.
Shit. We survived like 36 raptures last year, so I mean, we're doing something.
I listened to your post with the song. I was like, I need to listen to that one.
God, rapture, man. That's all I was hearing on a daily basis. Rapture,
You know,
rapture.
it's crazy that even the people that weren't trying to make it through made it through. There's something suspect going on there.
That's sus, man. We'll see you, Jay.
Later, Jay.
Always, man. Always. Yeah, I know I've been laying low. I know Nick's probably gone live a little more than I've been on, but yeah. I could feel when it was time for me to kind of say, because you and I, Nick, we didn't speak for a while. We'd text every now and then, or small talk, a post or something would send to each other. But like, even that was good for what transpired, because you and I did go through a hellacious year last year. I still think there was individuals that didn't believe any of the shit that took place with you and I was there for it, my man. Oh, fuck. A downtown trip, I never would have expected. Never.
Good times, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was something. Holy crap. I thought I was going to explode.
Endless fun.
What did you do?
Yeah, that's a
Yeah, no.
whole thing.
Yeah.
Have you seen PP anymore, Nick?
I have not. I haven't really been looking out for him, though.
I haven't seen him in a long time. Long time.
Seems like all the entities' energy is dissipating a little bit.
Man, it's like they were so prevalent and then poof. Let's take a break. They're taking their mandatory 15. All right, I got to jump off here too. It's colder.
Yes.
Than not.
It's a good time for me, too.
Yeah, great live.
Yeah.
Great live.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks, everybody, for coming on.
Yo, thanks for having us. I will try my best. Like, some evenings I do fall asleep with the intention to come on, but I do my best. We are 6 hours in difference, I think. So,
Yeah, there's a huge difference.
but appreciate you all.
Absolutely. You guys have a good one. Sending love to all of you. Bye.
Bye bye.
Love, guys. Thank you. Love and light and
Care Bears.
Love
Care
and
Bears
light.
and
Love and light.
Oh my God.
don't worry, it's all under control. Don't worry.
And just put your peace sign up, brother. Just put your peace sign up. I'm done.
Yeah. So is it. Just doesn't know it yet. All right. Later, everybody. If you would like to come on the show, you can reach out and we'll make it happen. Later.